Well, God gave him a choice and he warned him. Follow me and things will go well. Don't follow me and things won't go well. And you know by now what Israel chose. Today's reading is a flash forward from Deuteronomy into the words of the prophet Ezekiel. We're reading Ezekiel 36, verses 16 through 38, that part of the chapter. If you haven't read it already, take a moment to read it. But here's what stands out to me. At this point, the nation of Israel has splintered and scattered around the world, and God is speaking through the prophet words of hope. I will bring you back because I'm still on mission. I want the whole world to know that I am God and what I am like, that I am loving and gracious and slow to anger and compassionate, full of justice and mercy. And I need my people to put that on display to the world. So he says, I'm going to bring you back. And listen to his words in verse 24. For I will take you out of the nations. I will gather you from all the countries and bring you back into your own land. I will sprinkle clean water on you, and you will be clean. I will cleanse you from all your impurities and from all your idols. This is the part I love. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. I love that exchange. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Do you know what sin does in our lives? It hardens our heart. We become desensitized to the things we ought to stay tender towards. What does this look like in your life? How have you become hard-hearted or unfeeling? Are there things you are aware of that move God to compassion where maybe you don't feel anything about it anymore? Or are there habits you have that would have bothered you 5 years ago, but you've become so used to them, you don't think much about them at all? Things like hurry and worry and fear, those turn our hearts to stone. But God's offer is that by forgiveness, by washing us clean, He will turn our hearts tender again. What happens when you have a tender heart? Tender hearts are required for love. And we are people who were made to love others and made to receive and experience love from others and also from God. Check in with your heart today. Would you say your heart feels more like stone, or is your heart tender? God's desire is that we would be tender-hearted because He's tender-hearted. We're told that His name is the Lord, gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, abounding in love. And that's the picture of someone with a tender heart who doesn't stand far off, indifferent to His people. God's heart is tender, and it's tender towards you and to whatever you're walking through. Is your heart tender? Are there people you need God to tenderize your heart towards? Not just the people close to you, but people who are very other from you. Is it easy to judge or label them or just ignore them altogether? As you pray to close out your Bible reading time today, would you ask God to take any part of your heart that is desensitized or calcified and turn it back into flesh? Allow God to move you with compassion towards people you might not be moved by right now. His heart is for your heart to be tender.